Well, hello everyone. This is Corinna Astor, your alchemy coach. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And I haven't had a video for a few weeks, and it's been a little bit of me going through my things, and we're all going to have our times when we're going to be going through something. So this was when I was going through some of my challenges and patterns and needing to shift out of some things. So I want to talk about that today because this is a video about upgrades. And I really believe that we're all going through some really massive upgrades. And there's definitely been some Chiron transits, which is about our old wounds and needing to heal those. And so some of that stuff has been resurfacing. So if this is you, just know that, you are definitely not alone, and that the reason that we are having these old traumas come up, whether you've had them or you experience them in the near future, I mean, we're all going to have this from time to time. It's just part of life. But it's, always, of course, for us to evolve more and to hopefully break free from a pattern and to shift out of it more. And, really, we are really needing to come back to being in this, getting into this state of remembering that we are conscious creators and that we can, change the way that things have been and that we aren't victims of our circumstances. However, obviously, when we're in our traumas, it can feel very painful. I definitely know. So I'm going to give you some tips today on, what to do when these things come up. And, a lot of it is really simple. Some of it, a lot of it's reminders, but at the same time, like we all need this, right? And so I want to say that first of all, we want to take the time to feel our feelings and to, sit with that grief or that, whatever that's coming up, and to allow ourselves to work through that, because that is part of the key to actually get to the other side. We have to actually sit with our feelings that are uncomfortable and take that time. And sometimes we may need to do that in a practitioner's office or with a friend. Maybe somebody's willing to be on the phone with us, or have that conversation. Or sometimes we go and we cry on the table, the massage table, or wherever we're being seen. So, that is just something that sometimes we need to do, or we may need to again go to a therapist or coach, talk these things out, so that then we can feel that, whether we cry with them or we cry at home, part of that hopefully is that you are releasing some of that emotion in those tears, and that can really bring a lot of relief. And I know some people really do struggle with that. And I am working with some new plant medicine to assist people. So definitely reach out, and I'd love to talk to you more about that. And I'm sure I'll be talking more in future videos about this as well. So, if you do need a little bit more assistance, or you're really stuck in a very painful, dark hole like depression or anxiety, or something that's, just been very debilitating. So, I just want to put that out there. But once we, are able to move through some of that feeling and get some of that out, hopefully we are having some awareness around this and this situation. And usually it's about needing to make a shift, needing to make that change. So we need to start to figure out how to take action. And then how do we do this? So one of the, things that has really worked for me, well, there's three main things. So one is I go into a space once I can get out of my panic or my, pain body, and I'm into a more, able to relax, and I'm into that parasympathetic state. I then begin to do visualizations of what it is that I'm wanting and what I'm needing. I also ask for help all along the way. So when I'm in pain, I'm asking my guides, please help bring peace into my body. Please help bring me comfort. Please help me, whatever it is that I'm needing with that situation, or to make that change, sending me the right people. Maybe we need to call in that new practitioner to work with, or we need to, know the right supplement that's going to help us, because as much as, it can be helpful to, of course, pray, we can't always just expect that just doing the prayer alone is going to maybe alleviate the pain. It's like if I didn't take still some of these different remedies, I might still have a headache or a migraine all day, So we do have to, ask to be, find the right person or, find the right video, find these different modalities or people that can help us. So we have to be willing to look at those things and then sometimes, even step out of our comfort a little bit and take a risk of being able to work with somebody that you may not know or you have, and again, being really vulnerable or spending a little bit more money than you may have wanted initially. There's all these different things. But again, coming back to the taking action and how to do that, um, besides, asking for help, we want to use our astrology codes. And so there are those are a lot of those can be in different astrological domains. And what I mean by that is modalities as far as like Chinese astrology, Western astrology, human design, all of these different things, they can give us these different codes and they can help us to find ways for shortcuts that are best for us. And so, for example, I'm not a human design expert by any means, but I know some basics and I know that I'm a generator. And in knowing that I'm a generator, I know that when somebody reaches out to me and says, "Oh, do you do this or could you do this?" Or, "Oh, have you thought about creating this?" And those are like really big cues from the universe that I can really take those things and go forward with them because it's being asked of me. Even if it could have even been something that maybe I presented first and I kind of ended up letting it sit on the shelf for some time and somebody comes back around and like, "Hey, were you going to make that video on this?" And it's like, "Oh, okay, this is needed. Okay, I've got to definitely do that." So following those creative urges, those inspirations, things like that as well are going to be important. But yeah, if you know a little bit of different things in your astrology, drawing from that. And of course, I could help with some of that. There's definitely a lot of astrologers out there. So that's just another way for you to map kind of, again, how best for you to take action. So again, you're going to want to have that awareness. Well, first feel your feelings, or I guess it's, yeah, usually first, having that awareness, feeling your feelings, visualizing, asking for help, taking action on using your astrology codes. And then also know that if you at any time are feeling like, I don't know if I even believe that there's anything that's helping me out because I'm not seeing the results, just know that there is this, I think it's called like the slingshot effect law, or, it's kind of a universal law of like, right when you like think that something isn't going to come through, it often does. And so sometimes we can really have these patterns playing out where we're like, "Oh, see, it didn't happen." And then it's like, well, no, the thing was about ready to show up, or it does show up, and we're doubting it. And the more that we doubt, the more that we're blocking ourselves off from this thing. And so sometimes we really have this, basically what it is a block with the crown chakra to our higher self and to universe, that's keeping us from believing that we are supported. And of course, that can happen when we have been in a painful pattern of something not going right. And I've definitely experienced this in my life. And when I was younger, it was so bad in my 20s that I actually was just like, there's no God, there's no anything, no higher power, because, I was in a lot of pain. And I felt like if there was something out there, it would have helped me. Like it wouldn't let me suffer like I was suffering. But, the truth is that unfortunately, unless we ask for help, we're not able to receive that help. And then sometimes we can, maybe not pray for the right things, or we're not seeing the right signs, or we're not taking enough action. There's so many different things that unfortunately can get in our way, which is, and not to say that those blocks are like actually really that big. It's usually ourselves getting in the way, right? So we're blocking ourselves. So it's like somebody's coming to us, we're praying, and then somebody is reaching out and we're dismissing it because it didn't show up in the way that we thought it was supposed to. And then somebody else shows up again, offering something else, and we're still just like, no, that's just definitely not going to work. And we're praying, and then we're feeling like, okay, God, universe, you didn't send me what I asked for. And it's like, no, I've been throwing you, this life jacket and these things so that you aren't going to drown, and you're not taking them. You're just totally dismissing it. So, those patterns can get cleared out. Again, that is something I can help with. I can definitely direct you to other practitioners that could help you as well. But yeah, we really have to be very conscious of different negative thoughts that are going to try to get in our way. And I really do believe that there are entities that are trying to sometimes get in our way. And so, again, asking your guides, like, clear these negative thoughts off of me, clear this pain off of me, clear this. Sometimes you can feel like almost like a cloud of negative energy around you. So, asking for help with that. Not only can you ask your guides for help, but you can also ask archangels. You can ask, Master Buddha, Master Jesus, Mary, any of these ascended masters. You can ask them to bring in that love and that presence and that healing. And so I definitely encourage you to do that. And then really kind of getting back to like following ease and creativity. And so figuring out like, how could this, be more easeful? Again, asking for that ease, finding what it is that's easeful for you, and bringing a little bit more of that into your life. And so we can do that through doing some of those things that we really love and that we enjoy. And so bringing that back in. So if you, love to cook, then even if you're like, oh, I don't really feel like I have time, like making that time over the weekend to like really spend that time cooking or dancing or whatever it is. We all, of course, have different creative outlets and gifts, and we don't have to be really good at anything. We don't have to be really artistic or super creative. We're actually all very creative, a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. So definitely try not to let those things, get in your way, and just know that, again, these little voices are really, these old patterns that are trying to keep us stuck. There's probably entities around us trying to keep us stuck too, because if we're shifting and we're evolving and we're becoming more sovereign, then we're not going to be controlled. And I do think that's part of what's going on with this reality. And, I've been down uh, the rabbit hole and or, interested in all this information, and, really been immersed in this for a long time. So I've seen it. But also, I want to say that things can happen and shift so much more quickly than you would think. I mean, things sometimes lately are just shifting super fast, especially again when you are ready to let go of that pattern and you're finally like, no, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm not going to keep doing this. I know that I have to change this. And even though you may uh have to step out of your comfort zone in some way that could be really uncomfortable, you're going to be supported in a way that's going to be really a huge big blessing that you could just have never even imagined. And that's probably way better than even your really awesome visualizing, which hopefully you're doing too. So I really just want you to feel encouraged and feel positive and know that I'm rooting for you and I'm here to support you in any way. I do ancestral energy clearing, I do Chinese astrology readings, and I do acupressure and body work, nutrition coaching, and breath work yoga. So I'd love to support you in any of these ways, and I really hope that this message has served you. Go ahead and give it a like, and then share this with somebody else. I know, again, that I, just went through some tough times, and I may have more ahead, and that's that's just part of life. So I keep finding new tools, and I'm really excited for the things that I've been learning and that I am researching still, and that I can share with you. So if there's anything all, again, that you're interested in, or if there's somebody I can refer you to, I would love to help out in whatever ways that I can. Yeah, we're just all in a very interesting time, and things are not going to be the way that they were. And I mean, that's always going to be the case, but we can't expect to do things like we did in the past. So it's definitely even more of a upgrade since the last 3 years that we're going into. So again, just stay really positive, use all these tools, and let me know what's working for you. I'd love to hear in the comments below, and I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day.